We're in Jeremiah chapter 21. Finish this chapter fairly quickly because, when God says it, and tells Jeremiah to say it, okay, it's, there are secrets in the Bible that, even Bible scholars have trouble figuring out. But a lot of the stuff that God tells Jeremiah is pretty straightforward. And it's not good news for Israel, or the house of David, or Judah. Okay? So we're down in chapter 21, verse 11. Remember, previous verses, Zedekiah inquired, sent emissaries, inquired of Jeremiah, hey, will God help us out of this? Will he perform a miracle and stop Nebuchadnezzar's army from camping at the door? And nope, bad news. God says, I myself will fight against you with an outstretched hand. In verse 5, against you would be Zedekiah and Judah, okay, and Jerusalem, and I will smite the inhabitants of this city, both man and beast. Jeremiah did not have any good news, all bad news for Zedekiah. So we come down to verse 11. Verse 10, set my face against the city for evil, not good, given in the hand of the king of Babylon, he shall burn it with fire. And verse 11, and touching the house of the king of Judah, which would be, again, at this time, Zedekiah, concerning him, and actually concerning any other king of Judah, say, hear ye the word of the Lord. Okay? God told Jeremiah to tell him this. Listen up, guys. Hear the word of the Lord. O house of David, thus saith the Lord. So now he's going, clear back to David, house of David. All of descendants of David. David's family tree. Okay? And thus saith the Lord, and talking to the kings, execute judgment in the morning. Okay? Hold your court. If somebody has had, that's what, when they moved into the land, first they had the judges. They would settle the, if you will, disputes among neighbors. When you've got two neighbors, one rich guy and one poor guy, and the rich guy, is charging too much rent to the poor guy, okay? And the poor guy, comes to the judge, or in this case, the king. They would be the judges. Come to the king. Judge Judy. Judge Judy. You come before Judge Judy with your. That would fit. King of Judah, Judge Judy. Ooh, that would fit, don't you think?
Good, Lord.
That just popped into my. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, judgment in the morning. Neighbors, whatever the situation is, okay, and execute judgment in the morning, and deliver him that is spoiled, okay, if you will, the innocent guy, out of the hand of the oppressor or the bad guy. Okay, do proper, righteous, correct judgment. Okay, now God will do proper, righteous, correct judgment. Okay, and that's why That's why we have a really good lawyer, Jesus, who, when we accept him as our Savior, he stands before God on our behalf. He is our defense lawyer, if you will. Okay, and judgment will be delivered to him that is spoiled. So Jeremiah is telling the king, God is telling the king, okay, execute judgment, deliver him that's spoiled, come out with the correct judgment out of the hand of the oppressor, lest my, here we go, fury go out like fire. Okay? And this is a repeat of what God was telling the nation in the previous verses of chapter 21. Fury going out like fire, and burn that none can quench it. There won't be any putting out of this fire. If the judgment, if you are not trusting God, if you are worshiping idols, like the children of Judah were doing, okay, and disobeying God, okay, and not accepting his Son of that free gift of life through him, okay, we end up in, if you will, God's jail, hell, where fire is burning that none can quench it. Nobody can put out hell's fire because of the evil of your doings. You're doing wrong, O King of Judah. Okay? You're supposed to be doing proper right judgment, but because you're as evil as the oppressor, okay? Hey, you're in deep trouble because of the evil of your doings. Behold, I am against thee, O inhabitant of the valley and rock of the plain. Now, this is Jerusalem. Jerusalem, has what, Mount Moriah in the middle of it, and it has geology features of a valley and the rock of the plain. So we've got all of that, all of that going, the Jerusalem is, it's at once a valley and a rock, and of course, it's also a walled city. Okay, the citizens of Jerusalem at this time, whether Nebuchadnezzar is there besieging the city, okay, they figured, oh, we're safe, we're behind, we're in this, we've got valley, we've got a rock of the plain, and they prided themselves on the safety of what they thought was their city. Okay? Walled cities, that's why they built the walls, for safety. And of course, that didn't help the folks at Jericho, did it, much? When the children of Israel just literally, all they did was march around the city and then shout. And the walls fell. Okay? The walled city did not help Jericho. So, they were, behold, I am against thee, O inhabitant of the valley and rock of the plain, saith the Lord, which say, who shall come down against us? The inhabitants are saying, oh, who is this Nebuchadnezzar guy with this probably, several 100,000-man army? He had a big army. Whenever he conquered any land, when they conquered Assyria and Egypt, whenever they went out and conquered, they gave the soldiers of those lands a choice. Oh, you can die here, or you can go to work for me. So how many thousands of soldiers, if you will, of Assyria or any of the nations over there, Egypt, said, okay, we'll go to work for you. And, who shall come down against us? Or who shall enter into our habitations? The inhabitants of Jerusalem are saying that. Who's going to do it? We've got protected city. Who's going to do it? Well, Nebuchadnezzar, because God chose him to be an instrument of judgment against his sinful children, chosen people of the land. So, but, verse 14, but I will punish you according to the fruit of your doings. Okay? Again, the fruit we produce. And if the fruit we produce is idol worship, not trusting God, not believing God, not trusting Jesus as our Savior, okay? According to the fruit of your doings, punish you, again, God's jail, hell. Punish you, saith the Lord, and I will kindle a fire in the forest thereof, and it shall devour all things round about it. Not good news for Jerusalem, for Judah, not good news. They are in for it, and they are on the wrong side of God. And the land, when Nebuchadnezzar gets through, will be pretty much desolate, and there may be, a few Jewish farmers left over that might be able to raise enough crops to feed their family, but probably just barely, because everything's laid waste. Judah, Jerusalem, Israel at the time, the nation, will become a wasteland and unproductive, and Nebuchadnezzar can't even talk any of his own citizens. Hey, Joe Babylonian, or Joe Chaldean there, I'll give you a bunch of land over in that Israel that we just conquered. Go over there. You can have it for free. Go over, take it over, and do whatever you want with it. And very few of them would do that. Who wants to go to a desert, everything burned, with dead bodies laying all earlier? I've gone through. There will be dead bodies out there for the carrion birds, for the beasts of the field, okay, to go out and devour. Just heaps of dead bodies, and so not good news. I will punish you according to the fruit of your doings, and that.